The name of our group is Dream Tech Studios. The members of our group are Dylan Brito, Shavana Sugdeo, and Tania Rodriguez. The World Summit on Information Society, WSIS, had previously tasked the University of the West Indies with creating a web application to help the organization achieve their goals. The application gives information on the 11 action lines and the 17 SDGs. However, WSIS have identified some problems with the application, such as a lack of users and low awareness of the need for sustainable development.
The solution? A fun but informative game. The WSIS team requested that we make a serious web game that includes the 17 SDGs and 11 action lines. Users can gain points and badges while competing with their friends. This would encourage users to interact with the web application more, hence contributing to the accomplishments of the organization's goals. In this project, we will be tackling goal number 4, education. You can check the WSIS app for more info on this. The game would be a 3D game. It includes a user profile for ranking and competing with other players. The game includes various buildings or facilities where each building represents an SDG, and where mini games can be played to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals. For example, a school facility is centered around the Education SDG, where users can play various puzzle games, obtaining awards and action line badges. Note that the game is expandable. More mini games pertaining to the other SDGs can be added later on. This project is of great benefit to WSIS, as it attracts users to the website, helping spread awareness of sustainable development and the organization's goals. The game is developed using the Unity game engine, utilizing assets and other services provided by Unity Technologies. Now Dylan would showcase a short demo of the game.
Okay, thank you Shavana for the introduction. So before we get into the demo, let's have a look at our approach. There are 6 major steps in our approach. We've currently completed the brainstorming and templates aspect. We're currently working on the functionality. That leaves design, cleanup, and optimization. All the while, documentation is taking place. Note that not a lot of time has been spent on the design, and most of the priority has been put onto functionality. With that in mind, let's have a look at our game so far. When the game begins, you will be prompted with the option to choose between a desktop or a mobile device. Ideally, we would have liked for this to be an automatic process. However, there are some issues with Unity with regards to this. Keep in mind that this is a web game, therefore most of the effort will be put into designing for a desktop. Click on the desktop icon, you'll be sent to this screen. Here you have a few templates for the main menu, as well as the building labels and the arrows that can give you a 360 view of the city. When you click on the school, it should take you to the school, and at this point we would have another menu here which isn't currently set up. You can click go to class. Here it will take you to the interior of the school, and this would be in the first person perspective, so the user can walk around, and here you have the first classroom, which when you press E, it's going to take you to a game. Each classroom is going to be a different game, and it's going to be a series of mini games throughout the school. The idea would be to score as much as you can, and at the end of which you would have an exam, and that would take you to a higher level of education if you pass the exam. So for an example of one of the mini games, there is the class of Geography 1, There's a description of the game at the bottom as you get close to each door. So Geography 1, the game is to match the national flag to its country. This is Geography 2, which is a different game. It's to match the country to its position on the map template. This game is currently not set up, so we will start with Geography 1. This is the game. There's some instructions. Select the country with the national flag shown. And just an example of how this would run. If you get it correct, there would be a tick, as well as your score or your grade to the left hand side, and a timer which is not implemented as yet, but the timer would be for difficulty purposes. The time would get shorter and shorter as you increase difficulty. So if you get one wrong, there will be a big X. And United States, at the end of which you would get a write-up of how you did, correct answers, wrong answers, and total questions, as well as a grade. And that would be it for the desktop implementation. So with the mobile implementation, it's very similar. Well, the idea is to give it a similar look and feel. The only difference is that they would be using images rather than the actual scene. So for instance, you can still get a 360 view. However, these are just images. But the user can still click on the school and get to a different menu. And the menu will take you to class. You can choose the class you want to attend. In this case, it would be Geography 1. And it will still take you right back to the same game that was shown earlier.